Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sergeant First Class Nick Marshall here at the Roseburg Armory, and I'm with a guy that stops more terrorists than TSA.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life.
ABC News exclusive. We're very excited about this. An American hero right here in our studio this morning. Alek Skarlatos is one of the 3 Americans who helped take down a terrorist on a French train last week. He just got back here to the U.S. We're going to talk to him. There he is in just a moment. But first, a look at his welcome home. A hero's homecoming. Stepping foot in America for the first time since his life-saving actions, his family in tears. The whole airport cheering for Army National Guard Specialist Alek Skarlatos. New York City police officers lining up to salute him. This coming just 1 week after what was supposed to be a European vacation for 3 childhood friends. Instead, the unimaginable. While on a train from Amsterdam to Paris, a man appeared armed with an AK-47.
Alek just hit me on the shoulder to say, "Let's go," and ran down, tackled him.
Skarlatos, along with his friends Airman First Class Spencer Stone and college student Anthony Sadler, becoming international icons, receiving France's highest medal from the French president, telling the trio they gave the world a lesson in courage, will, and hope. And President Obama reaching out to commend and congratulate them for their courage and quick action. And it is an honor to welcome Oregon Army National Guard Specialist. Give it up for Alek Skarlatos!
Yeah! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Specialist Alek Skarlatos, who is one of our soldiers here at Charlie Company, 1st of the 186 Infantry, better known as our soldier that stopped the terrorists on the train headed to Paris, France. Am I right?
That's me.
That's you. Or, you know, 3rd place Dancing with the Stars, or Good Morning America guy, or we come to the conclusion that it's been about a year and a half now, right?
Yeah.
This all went down. So we start off with GMA and Dancing with the Stars, and then now we're down here to National Guard recruiter. So we're going to finally do our video, let everybody hear the story straight from the soldier's mouth. So what are you thinking? What's on your mind? Starting off, I guess you joined in about 5 years ago. You joined the National Guard here as an infantry soldier. Why did you join?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I just joined because I was just kind of bored with my life as it was, so I always wanted to do something in the military, and I guess the National Guard was my way of doing something fun and exciting without selling my soul with the full commitment of the active army, I guess.
I didn't tell him to say that. So, you were in the Guard for, what, 3 years, and then this unit deployed?
Not even. I was probably only in for about a year and a half, and then we deployed and went to Afghanistan, did 9 months over there. It was pretty boring deployment, to be honest, but it was actually kind of nice because you got a lot of time to work out and concentrate on your goals and other things you could do while you're deployed. Yeah. So it really wasn't too bad. And yeah, then we came home and had an awesome welcome home parade for all of us, and that was fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely boring in the deployment comparison to stopping the terrorists on the train, of course. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, after as the deployment was wrapping up, I guess, I was talking to my friend Spencer about wanting to do a Euro trip, and so he basically agreed and got our friend Anthony in on it, and then we met up in Amsterdam after being in Europe separately for a couple weeks, and then spent about 3 or 4 days in Amsterdam, and then got on a train to go to Paris together, and then pretty much right as we crossed the border into France from Belgium, I heard a gunshot, and then a train employee running away from the noise, and Spencer and I both kind of looked back at the same time, and there was this pretty obviously a terrorist standing there with an AK. So I just tapped Spencer on the shoulder. I said, "Go get him," basically. And Spencer, without hesitating, went up and ran at the guy. I followed him. Spencer tackled him. I got his gun from him. I tried to shoot him with the gun. The first one was empty. The second one basically malfunctioned, so instead of messing with it, I just started hitting him in the head with the AK as Spencer was choking him out while he was getting stabbed. Then after we subdued the terrorist, got him on the ground, a British guy tied him up for us. I took the AK, cleared the malfunction, and cleared the rest of the train. And then Spencer kind of fell into his own medical duties and stopped the bleeding from a guy who was shot in the neck and saved his life. And then I came back, cleared all the weapons, and helped Spencer with the gentleman that was shot in the neck until we reached the station.
Wow. So, what were you thinking as this was all going on?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really thinking a whole lot. It was kind of like, it was all kind of just gut reactions. I was thinking kind of like hyper-rationally, I guess. Like, none of it seemed real. Like, I guess it was just kind of like, what do we need to do next? Like, obviously, once I saw the terrorist, it was just kind of like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, there's no way. And then it was just like, let's go get him. And then once he was all subdued, it was just kind of like, okay, now I guess I'll go clear the rest of the train to see if there's any other terrorists. And then when I came back, I helped Spencer with the guy who was shot in the neck. It was just kind of just all what needed to happen next. And we were pretty busy for about 30 minutes for the whole train ride to the station.
Wow. That's kind of the first time I've heard the story coming from him. I mean, I've watched you on the news and shows and things like that, so just reacting to it. Well, so when you got back, I mean, obviously your vacation was over in a sense. Decompressing after what just happened. Can you take us from there on with meeting the president, like the French president?
Yeah, well, I mean, from the time we got off to the train, I mean, we did a couple rounds of questioning with the police and FBI, and then, like, the very next day, we got a train to Paris. Shortly thereafter, we met with the French president, got the Legion of Honor, and that was actually a really awesome experience. We then came home, met with President Obama, and got I got a soldier's medal from the Secretary of Defense, and Spencer got a Purple Heart and Airman's Medal. And then we also got the Belgian Civic Service Medal, first class, and the Oregon Defense Medal, I think. I think that's what it was, yeah.
The list goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when it happened, I was at the Oregon coast, and I got on my iPad, and I saw your Facebook account, and you uploaded these videos, and I'm like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden, like, news feeds of, you know, all the CNN and Fox News and all these things talking about this, and at first they said it was Marines, but it wasn't Marines, it was a National Guard soldier. And I just was baffled of what was going on, and so, guy from Roseburg, Oregon, did all this.
Yeah, just didn't want to die, honestly. That was about the gist of it, really. Just kind of put in a situation where it was kind of do or die, and we just, I guess, got lucky and had the right reaction.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and then coming home, did tons of interviews, got picked up for Dancing with the Stars, and then did that for about 6 months or so.
Yeah.
And then we did Wants to Be a Millionaire, all three of us collectively, and we did pretty good on that too. And it's just been kind of a crazy ride lately, and it's kind of nice to decompress and, I guess, go back to life as usual for now anyway.
Yeah. What was your experience like with Dancing with the Stars?
That was actually a lot of fun, honestly. Like, for my first, I guess, taste of Hollywood, it was actually a really pleasant experience. Everybody there was actually really nice.
Any funny stories that maybe that they didn't show on TV or?
Oh god, there's so many. I mean, just we just make fun of each other a lot, and it was just a lot of banter, I guess.
Yeah. Who is the I don't know, most famous person that you met that you were excited about meeting?
Well, we met Arnold Schwarzenegger probably like a month after the terrorist attack. We had dinner at his house and worked out in his gym, and he was counting my reps. It was honestly an awesome experience. It was absolutely fantastic. And I think the only person that even comes close to that is Clint Eastwood. We met him at the Guys' Choice Awards, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And he was also just really nice, humble, and down to earth. And those were probably just the two. I mean, I've met lots of like famous people, but those two were just like the ones that really like stood out to me, just as how, I guess, famous they were and how like humble and down to earth they actually were too.
So, what was the conversations like working out with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like, did you tell him like I'll do that, or like get to the chopper, or anything like that? I mean,
no, we did. Honestly, just hearing him talk in his like Austrian accent was enough. Like you could just imagine it. But I mean, honestly, it was just it really like wasn't cheesy or anything like that at all. He was actually just giving us like advice. He told us like about his life growing up and things like that, and it was honestly just a fantastic experience. And just like, I mean, obviously we're joking around. He was just he was counting my reps, just like 16, 17, 18, and he of course started at 16 and 17. But it was hilarious. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Well, so all of that, the excitement, and then you come back to Roseburg. I remember the first day that I met you, because I didn't get to see you when you came home from deployment. So really, after all this happened, when I saw you in the Army parking lot the first time I got to see you, and I remember pulling in the parking lot, and there was like this black SUV thing, and this dude standing out in front of it looked like it was Secret Service, and I'm like, oh man, something's going down at work today, you know. And that's when I found out you were there. And do you remember that? I still do remember. So, but yeah, that was when the Oregon Guard briefed you on whatever they briefed you about, and then the next day you left for GMA, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But so now that things have kind of calmed down, we're going into, you got the book out.
Yep. Yeah, we wrote a book. It's called The 1517 to Paris, and it's just kind of about our lives growing up as friends, and of course stopping the terrorist attack and all the crazy things that happened afterwards, like the things that we've been talking about, Spencer getting stabbed in a bar, the shooting at UCC, just everything, just been crazy lately. And but honestly, just kind of being home has been awesome because I've been able to actually do Army stuff again.
Yeah.
I went through, I think, air assault right after Dancing with the Stars was over. Then I did BLC, and then this summer I just graduated from sniper school, which was kind of like a childhood dream of mine. So I was able to finally get that knocked out, and it was a blast.
Yeah, and we actually had you on loan to the sniper platoon down at Ashland.
Yeah, I've been down. I was down there for about a year now.
Yeah, but we got him back here in Charlie Company. So. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about or share, or?
No, I think I'm good. It's honestly just been a crazy, I guess, short career for me in the Army, and you just never know where life is going to take you. And I mean, honestly, I guess I can thank the Army for at least training me up in infantry tactics, so I knew what to do with the guns when the terrorist attack happened. But I don't know. It's just, you just never know what life is going to give you, I guess.
Yeah. I did forget. Are they going to do a movie about it, or is that off the ground? Or
we're in talks.
We're in talks. We're not supposed to talk about it.
But yeah, I can't say anything specific.
Okay. Well, we got our little notes, but I can't think of anything else to ask them. I'm just amazed by all that you've accomplished. I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I've been proud of you since the day you swore in at MEPS, and it's even, I don't know, it's great to brag about the things that you've accomplished, and I'm just glad I know you. So I appreciate it. Thank you for everything you've done for our world.
Well, it's good to be home at least.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Sweet.
So cultivate and plant the seed. Hold your breath